Good evening and welcome to Game 2 between the GCU Lopes and the CSU Bakersfield Roadrunners. Michael Potter and Phil Catafimo here with you for the second game. The Lopes won Game 1 by a score of 5-4. It was much tighter than it needed to be as Bakersfield put 4 on the board in the 7th, but Taylor Nolan got the complete game victory. And the Lopes tried to win the series here in the second game of the day. Bakersfield 6-26, 1-6 in conference play. The Lopes 29-14, 4-3 in the conference. Mariah Valencia on the hill in the circle for GCU, a 3.94 ERA, a record of 5-3. This is her 13th start in 80 innings, 82 hits, 41 runs, 35 earned, walked 24, and struck out 29. Kinsey Hill behind home plate. In left field, Lorianne Olson, Lainey Gomez in center, Jenna Coates in right, Sierra Smith at third, Shea Smith at short, Camry Wortman at second, Megan Stevens at first. And now, before we even get started here, we got a little chat with the umpire, the entire left side of the infield.
Now, well, Michael, it is a new stadium.
Now.
It is a new stadium, so we are going to have a little issues maybe with the turf. Just got to make sure there's no hills, I would assume. Hopefully nothing worse.
Well, we played a whole game earlier and didn't notice anything, but now the umpiring crew out there going to take a look, and yeah, they're coming out with, well, this is how you fix turf. You got rags, and you've got, I'm wondering if there might be either some moisture or possibly some blood or something on the turf out there, but they're trying to mop it up. Young Daniel Abernathy is the home plate umpire. Tyler Barfus at first, and that's Dale Wilson, who was behind the dish in Game 1 out there in shallow left field right behind the shortstop. And whatever it was, they've got it cleaned up.
Let's play some softball.
Well, you love the turf, right? You get that thing fixed up, just lickety-split, just like that. Well, Cavazos will lead things off for the Roadrunners. No real changes to the lineup, just the starting pitchers. It's going to be Mariah Valencia versus Summer Evans. Everything else is exactly the same as Game 1. Amezcoa, Larios bats second and third. Chris Hippa, the cleanup batter for the Runners. Curry bats fifth. Betancourt will bat sixth. Megan Marcy will bat seventh. Coran eighth, and Burt ninth. Valencia's first pitch in there, strike one, and we are underway in Game 2.
Well, I'm pretty sure Cavazos is going to want to start this game a little different than she did last game, as she ended up with 0 hits. So we'll get to see how she does against Mariah.
Yeah, Reese base once with a walk in the 6th, but 0 for 3. Squares to bunt. That one missed outside. 1-1. Well, Nolan went the complete game, but as we mentioned, had a shutout going until the 7th inning when she started that inning with a couple hit batters and a couple of base hits and then another hit batter, but was able to get out of it and preserve the victory.
And that's exactly what we all kind of thought it was going to be, was a possible shutout, but a late rally at the end got us a little excited for either extra innings or maybe a Lopes win, which it did result into.
1-2. That pitch caught the inside corner, and we saw the home plate umpire, Dale Wilson, like that ball on the outside in Game 1. We'll see what young Daniel Abernathy likes here, but a swing and a miss. And so far, Cavazos having a tough night here, but strikes out to start this game.
Well, for Mariah, that's exactly how you want to start out. Get it out early, get it quickly, and focus on the next batter.
I'll bring him Nadia Amezcoa. The number 2 hole hitter, walked her first time up in the ball game earlier today, and then 3 consecutive groundouts, 1 to short and 2 to third. Misses outside, ball 1. Well, in Game 1, Taylor Nolan struck out 9 and at one point retired 11 in a row. Didn't give up a hit from the one out in the 2nd inning until the 7th inning.
She looked unstoppable out there until about maybe the last half of the game, where she started giving up a few hits. A couple errors resulted in a few runs, and the game ended 5-4.
Yeah, labored a bit in that 6th inning, but got out of it, and then just the wheels fell off in the 7th. We saw a pitcher warming up, but Ann Pearson stuck with her and got the win. 2-1 the count now on Amezcoa.
And you got to give Coach Pearson a lot of credit for having a lot of confidence in her ace to just let her keep going through a tough outing at the end.
Yeah, you like that as a player, right?
Oh, fantastic. Oh, yeah.
Give me a long leash. The 2-1. Down to third, but foul.
Oh, there's that turf again.
Yeah, we saw Smith make a ton of great plays down there at third. That time just kind of got hung up going over toward the line. But a foul ball. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ann Pearson, in her 14th year, started the program here at GCU. The only skipper that this squad has known. Lopes 29-14, now over 500, 4-3 in the WAC. Ooh, boy, that just missed the outside corner, 3-2.
Yeah, I don't know about that
Yikes.
one. That one was really, really close.
Well, the strike zone is, in theory, the same, right? Every game.
In theory.
But each umpire has a slightly different view of that. The 3-2. Foul back. Boy, jammed her and just able to get a piece of it. Amezcua.
Let's see how Valencia works. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, Valencia.
Yep.
I'm reading the wrong notes. Let's see how Valencia can continue to work here. She's got a full count, only 1 out, but let's see how she works to get this batter out.
Well, it was the walks and the hit batters and the errors that really made Nolan's night tough toward the end. Chopper foul is kind of an obvious statement. Those typically do make your night tough, but you know, Bakersfield not really even put the ball into play that much until those last few hitters in that very last inning. So if you can limit the walks and the hit batters.
No, Nolan made it extremely easy for the Lopes defense. Just going out there, throwing strikes, getting girls out early, of course, except for that last half.
The 3-2. Little pop, left side. Smith is there. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Joe Larios. Larios, the right-handed hitting senior catcher, had a base hit single her first time up and a single that produced a couple of runs her last time up in the ballgame. Also reached on an air, so she was aboard 3 times in that first game of the night. On the outside corner for a strike.
And you want to get production from your 3-hole hitter. You know, you try to get the leadoff hitter on base, work around that lineup a little bit, get to that 3-hole hitter, and then your power hitter in the 4th. And she's been doing a great job, just unfortunately the rest of the lineup hasn't too much.
The 0-1. Off-speed pitch, misses, 1-1. Well, Bakersfield struggling here, just a couple of wins in the last 10 ball games. The Lopes coming into this series had just 3 wins in their last 10. Chopper foul, count goes to 1-2. But 4 of those losses were against the number 5 ranked Arizona and the number 6 ranked Washington. So tough competition in their last 10. But since they've gotten to conference play, a little hiccup starting off the season against Seattle. But they won the series at UMKC and take the first game of this one.
Just trying to stay competitive in the WAC.
Missed outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count.
But just like with Dan Marley and the men's basketball team, you want to get the tough competition. You want to see some teams you don't usually play in your division, and you want to see how truly good your team is against a team like Arizona or a team like Washington.
Misses outside. Yeah, we see all of these GCU squads, top to bottom. 3-2 count. They have 2-2 on the board, but it's a full count, 3-2 with 2 outs, nobody on. Just underway here in the first inning. The payoff pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Underneath the diving attempt by Smith. So Larios picks up where she left off, collects her 3rd hit of the evening, first hit of the ball game, and that'll bring up Chris Hippa. You talk about the power. Hippa leading this squad in home runs with 4 will come to the plate here in the first inning.
Yeah, Hippa is definitely, when you've got a runner on base, you definitely want her to be on fire tonight because that's really one of the big ways you're going to score runs, being their power hitter. And she's in the right spot. She's in their 4-hole.
Ooh, in there for a high strike. Hippa struck out her first 2 times up against Nolan, then had a line out back to Nolan, and it was hit by a pitch in the 7th. So reached base once, but still looking for her first hit of the day. The 0-1. 1-1. Yeah, we've seen the baseball squad play Oklahoma State, play Wichita State, play U of A, all ranked in the Oklahoma State and U of A ranked in the top 25. Play Arkansas, another ranked team. Got under it, skies it to left. Lorianne Olson camps under it, makes the grab, and that is the inning. So no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. No score here. Lopes coming up.
Check out companies on campus next week in the Student Union. Network with different companies, learn about jobs and internships, and maybe even land a job. For more information, contact Career Services at gcu.edu or follow them on Facebook for future opportunities at facebook.com/GCU Career Services.
Well, to the bottom of the first we go here. GCU trying to win their second game of this series, and they'll face Summer Evans. Evans wears number 2, the junior out of Escondido, California. Right-handed hurler in the circle. Give you the numbers on Evans here, if I can find the right sheet. There it is. 5.60 ERA, a record 5-10. This is her 20th appearance and 15th start. Does have 9 complete games under her belt. In 91 2/3, 102 hits, 84 runs, 57 earned. Walked 44 and struck out 16. Opposition hitting .282 against Evans in this season. Defensively, Larios behind home plate as she's was on base when that inning ended, so trying to get the gear on. Wiseman was out there warming up the pitcher. Kaylin Burt in left, Julia Cavazos in center, Nadia Amezcua in right, Hippa at third, Karan at short, Marcy at second, and Curry at first for Bakersfield. No changes to the lineup for GCU, and why not? The Lopes had a nice game, scored 5 runs, and jumped out early, scoring 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 in the third, and then kind of coasted home. So hopefully they can get things started like they did in game 1. It'll be Hill, Gomez, and Gonzalez due up for GCU.
Yeah, and if last game is any sign of how these runners play at the last couple innings, GCU is going to want to make sure that they get to a nice big early lead because it seems like the runners like to play the second half of the game.
Yeah, Hill had a couple line shots to Hippa down at third for 2 outs. Also had a sac fly that produced a run. Inside pitch for a strike. She was 0 for 3 in that ball game. Did have an RBI, but boy, she hit the ball hard in 2 of her at-bats.
Yeah, and don't let Evans' ERA confuse you, because she is leading this team in ERA, innings pitched, and complete games. And at her junior college, she carried a 1.19 ERA.
Yeah, this is a girl that can throw the ball, and she gets a start here in game 2 in this one.
You could essentially say she is their ace.
Yeah, she's pitching like the ace, right?
Yes.
This year? The 1-1. Jammed her, fouled it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, we saw Lindsay Klemanko. She pitched really well the last half of that ball game. We saw some sparks of how good of a pitcher she could be. Lopes just jumped on her early in that ball game. Once she settled down, though, pitched very well the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings.
Yeah, well, hopefully GCU this time can get out early again and continue to keep that lead.
Lead off runner aboard, hit by the pitch. So Hill aboard, Lainey Gomez, junior center fielder, and Gomez was at third in the ball game just earlier today and tried to score on a chopper and was cut down at the plate. That was back in the 4th inning. It was a very hard tag applied by the catcher, Larios.
I'm pretty sure that tag, even though
in the air, might have a double play, but very quickly Hill gets back to the bag. So wasted opportunity there on the bunt attempt, 1 down, and Gonzalez coming up.
Yeah, there could have been some questions about that tag. It was a little bit of a strong tag on our runner, but there's a lot of different signs that go into this. They were down by 5. I don't think the tag was vicious at all. It's just the circumstance and the way the tag was could have looked a little odd.
Yeah, Gomez didn't like it, but when she was coming back to the dugout, Ann Pearson was more, I think, upset about her trying to score on that play than anything else, because that's what she was talking about. First pitch on the inside corner, a strike to Nikki Gonzalez. Gonzalez, a designated player in this one. She was a designated player, number 3 hole hitter in the ball game earlier today. Had a double and scored a run. Also reached on a fielder's choice. Chop foul. That's a weird angle for a right-handed hitter. Almost hit the on-deck batter, Megan Stevens.
Just a little bit early on that one.
Yeah. No balls and 2 strikes now the count to Gonzalez, with Hill down at first base.
And I'm not really denying the fact that Gonzalez pulls it a little more to the left, because she crowds the plate pretty well and takes away that inside pitch.
1-2 the count. Hill 3 for 3 in stolen bases on the season. Game 2, this doubleheader. They'll finish up tomorrow. Playing under the lights here at GCU Softball Stadium, the 1-2. Another foul, and that one at an even sharper angle in front of Megan Stevens. That time Stevens just kind of turned away and let it bounce off.
Thankfully got the padding behind her and not in her back.
So Evans working that inside corner. The 1-2. Up high.
And Evans is going to continue to pound that inside corner because she knows Gonzalez is going to crowd the plate. She wants her to get it right off the end of the bat and keep pulling it foul, and maybe even get one off the inside to draw it to third to pull a double play.
Hill down at first. No score here in the bottom of the first. That one blasted but foul.
Or you get something like that.
Yeah. Well foul. Just a big strike there. Count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. No score in the bottom of the first. Lopes trying to go 5-3 in conference play. New Mexico State leads the conference coming into today at 5-1. Took some off of that one. Skied out to center field, but plenty of room out there. 2 down.
Yeah, these 2 wins could be huge for the Lopes on trying to enclose on that lead that New Mexico State has right now. And, well, I mean, if this game is anything like the last one, could be looking for 2 Lopes wins.
Yeah, the Lopes really put themselves in a hole as Megan Stevens comes to play, dropping those first 2 games against Seattle. Unexpected. GCU expected to take charge on that one. First pitch to Stevens in there for a strike. Stevens, the freshman power hitter for GCU, had a base hit single in the first, struck out looking, and reached on a fielder's choice in the ball game earlier. 1-1. So Hill still down there at first, was hit by a pitch, but a pop out on a bunt attempt and then a fly out to center. And Evans trying to pitch out of that leadoff base runner. The 1-1. Ooh, hits another one. And fortunately, Stevens, it looked like she took that right off that elbow pad. Oof, that could have caused some damage. Right off the pad, she just hustles down to first. Now you got runners at first and second, and the ever-dangerous senior second baseman, Camry Wortman.
That's probably one of the worst spots to get hit anywhere with anything. Right,
I mean,
there on the elbow.
Still going to hurt, right?
Oh,
you got
for sure.
The pad on there.
She's getting
so
the
you don't
vibration
break
off the pad.
something, but it still doesn't feel good.
No, not at all.
I love it. Stevens, though, she just didn't even rub it. She just runs down like, hey.
She goes, hey, here's the thing that saved my elbow a couple seconds ago.
Ground ball, ooh, off the glove. Great recovery by Evans in time to get Wortman. Well, Wortman aggressively goes after the first pitch she sees, but grounds out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We've completed 1. No score here from GCU Softball Stadium. This is Lopes Softball on GCU TV.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Well, the Lopes got 2 runners on in the first. Both were hit by a pitch, but unable to get a run across. We've completed 1. No score here from GCU Softball Stadium. Lopes took game 1 5-4 in 7 for a few moments there early on. It looked like the Lopes might run rule Bakersfield, but held off the scoreboard from the 4th inning on, and Bakersfield made a nice comeback, and for a few moments at the end, it looked like we were going to extra innings possibly.
Yeah, exactly. It looked like a shutout was going to come about, and it was going to be a great outing for Taylor Nolan, and then apparently the runners forgot that they were still playing softball, and they go, oh, well, maybe we should get a couple runs on the board, and they did, and made it a much more interesting game.
It was interesting. Nicole Curry to lead things off, then Jocelyn Betancourt and Megan Marcy, 5, 6, and 7 duo against Mariah Valencia. Valencia got the first 2 batters in the first inning, gave up a base hit single, and then got Hippa to fly out to left to end the inning. First pitch to Curry. In there for strike one. He's right down the pipe. Curry hitting .268 on the year. No homers, 11 RBI. Took some off of that one. Fouled it down the third base line. Quickly ahead of Curry. No balls and 2 strikes.
And Curry is just another runner who's also looking for her first hit of the whole night. She, again, also had 0 in this last game.
The 0-2 pitch. A couple of strikeouts in that first game as well. That one misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Curry struck out her first 2 time up. And then able to get the bat on the ball. But nothing to show for it in game 1. The 1-2. Off the corner. Good eye by Curry. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss on the inside fastball. Second strikeout of the ball game for Valencia, and that's a 3rd K of the night for Curry. 1 down. That'll bring up Jocelyn Betancourt, the designated player.
And I would say that the bats are going quiet, but I got to wait till about the 6th inning to
That's
find
right.
out if they truly are.
Lopes got to try to end this thing in 5 so they don't get him to that 6th inning. Pitch to Betancourt, misses outside, ball 1. Betancourt coming into this ball game.
I'm pretty sure Betancourt is kind of hoping for a better season than she's having currently. Right now she's 0-18 with 3 strikeouts and 1 walk. She is a freshman, so she's still got a very long career to go, but at least for right now, she's still looking for that first hit.
Yeah, she led off the 7th inning, was 0 for 2 in the game, was hit by the pitch, gave away to Ebony Harrison, a pinch runner, and Harrison came around to score that first run to get him on the board. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strike the count now to Betancourt.
So she's getting on base, but maybe not necessarily the way that she wants to.
Right, exactly, yeah. Just, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch, and the 1-2. Bounced up there.
Great block. Of course, nobody on base, so, if it had gone to the backstop, would have been no issue. But regardless,
we saw Kenzie do that quite a bit in the first ball game. Trying to get hitters to chase. The pitchers are bouncing it up there.
that was my one issue as a catcher. I was never good at blocking.
The 2-2. Little chopper to short. Smith has it. Slow roller. Fires in time for the out. 2 up, 2 down. Yeah, that could be problematic if you can't block the ball as a catcher.
Yeah, that's a very big problem. There's a statistic somewhere that shows how many runs I gave up because I couldn't block the ball.
Megan Marcy, the right-handed hitting junior second baseman, at the plate with 2 outs here in the second. No score. Second ball game of the night at GCU Softball Stadium. Fastball in there for a high, strike 1.
But I guess that's probably the reason why I'm up here and not playing for the men's baseball team.
That's right. Marcy, base hit single in the second, struck out in the 5th, and was hit by a pitch and scored in the 7th of game 1. 1-1. Marcy hitting .203 on the year. No homers, 6 RBI.
And Marcy has the utility next to her name because it's for sure true. She plays second, third, right field, and is also the designated player for when she's not really feeling maybe playing out there today.
2 ball, 1 strike to count. So Marcy playing all over the place, a versatile runner.
Former second-team All-American.
Valencia looking to get a 1-2-3 inning. Tried to check her swing and went around. 2 balls and 2 strikes. All kind of confused on that one as it rode inside on her.
Kind of hooked around, and it was a little obvious that she had gone on that pitch, but now she's going to get a little conversation from the coach and sort of work on that game plan as now she's behind the count.
Chrissy Buck-Ziegler, the head coach for these runners in her 6th season. In the first inning of the game earlier, she was arguing pitches she thought hit her batter, but went off of the bat as a foul ball. had her argument, and then after the inning ended, she was coming back to the dugout and argued a bit more, and the home plate umpire gave her a warning, and so she was very quiet the rest of the game.
Well, whatever the umpire told her must have
worked.
Must have stuck, yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on, no score here in the second. The pitch, foul back.
Right off our microphone.
Yeah. On it, just under it a bit. Valencia looking for her 3rd strikeout. Trying to match Nolan. Nolan had 4 strikeouts through 2 innings. The 2-2. Missed outside, count goes full. Nolan ended with 9 strikeouts, but no strikeouts in the 6th or 7th inning when she really needed them. The 3-2. Shot right back up the box, just over the glove of Valencia. That one got past her in a hurry. So a 2-out base knock. Second of the ball game for the runners. That'll bring up Sydney Curran.
Just barely over the glove of Valencia. You can see she was trying to track it with her glove, but just couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, that's those hot shots, just a reflex reaction. Almost got it up there in time, but a base hit. So 1 hit in each of the first 2 innings for Bakersfield. That'll be Sydney Curran. Curran hitting .163 on the year, no homers, 7 RBI. First pitch in there for a strike. Marcy is yet to attempt a stolen base down there at first. Outfield pretty shallow out there with Curran at the plate. And that one gets past the catcher. The wild pitch moves the runner up to second base. That was a tough one outside, and that thing skipped very quickly. Right past Kinsey Hill.
You know, at that point, you just got to stick the glove out and hope for the best.
So 1-1 count to Curran. Little flare foul ball. 1-2.
Make a play, coach.
He's trying to get out of the way of that one. Man,
I know, I would have done the exact same thing.
Third base coaches here, we talked about in that first game, man, they smartly are well over toward the dugout. Of course, it's the visiting dugout, so the Bakersfield coach a little bit closer to that box. And
2 scorchers down at third last game.
Yeah, and Pearson's pretty much in the dugout.
Maybe she's also trying to get a little bit of handle of the game plan for GCU. See if she can catch something.
She's close enough. She can probably hear him talking in there, how they want to pitch. The 2-2 with 2 outs and a runner at second. Count goes full, 3-2 again. So now we saw Nolan in game 1 early in the game, really aggressive with her pitches. And now Valencia nibbling a bit and missing on the outside part of the plate.
Well, she's just having a little bit of struggles trying to find the inside and outside of the plate, as we are as well, as it changes for every single umpire.
Ball 4.
Well, just like that, the runners have two runners on base. How about that? And it's only the second.
Yeah, and it's going to bring up your number 9 hole hitter here, so it's going to effectively flip the lineup a little bit quicker than you'd anticipated. But Kaylin Burt at the plate with runners at first and second. 2 outs. They're doing it all with 2 outs here. Still no score. We're in the second. Valencia's pitch in there for a strike. Well, Bird had a strikeout in her first at bat in game 1, a pop out, and then a base hit single and scored the 4th run. Got the runners within 1 of the Lopes, the 0-1. Up high.
Just missed that framing on that last pitch for Hill.
We've seen that high strike called by young Daniel Abernathy, the home plate umpire. Not that time. A little high and away for his taste. Ooh, inside. Boy, Kinsey Hill wanted that one.
I'll tell you what, she's not going to be afraid to wear that one as well.
And she held that frame pitch for a long time. There's an amount of time you can probably hold that before the umpire doesn't like it too much. The 2-1.
I give it about 2 seconds.
Yeah, she was right on the border of that pop foul and off the screen.
It's a shame that doesn't count as an
yeah,
out.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a nice play. Like a kind of arena softball, just bounce them off the walls and stuff. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Boy, we've had the 2 ball, 2 strike, 2 out pitch quite a bit here in this inning. Now with 2 runners on.
The triple twos.
Deuce is wild. The pitch popped foul. That one's going to get out of play. Actually stays in play as it bounces off the screen once again. Beautiful night here. Boy, gorgeous weather and under the lights here at GSU Softball Stadium. And you can see on the cameras here how pretty it is out here. And then they're going to be doing a makeover to the stands where we are as soon as this season ends. The 2-2 once again. Foul back once again.
We had those light winds earlier, so it kind of helped with the heat, but now it's just more of a gentle breeze. But you're right, it is very nice. And this stadium is going to be gorgeous when it is fully complete.
Yeah, the playing surface in the field, the wall, they did just really a nice job, and then they just going to finish off everything after this season ends. The 2-2 once again, fouled off once again. Good at bat here by Kaylin Burt, really making Mariah Valencia labor here early in this ball game.
Yeah, and Burt, just like Dominique Gonzalez of GCU, she's crowding the plate, taking away the inside pitch, and just straight battling up there with 2 strikes and 2 balls.
Upstairs, another full count, 3-2. Well, we saw Brianna Aguilar-Bocage, the freshman pitcher for the Lopes, warming up late in the game 1, and she might get up sooner than later here. The 3-2. Hitter. Now with 2 quick outs, a base hit single, and back-to-back hit batters. You called it, crowding the plate. That one just got away a little bit inside, and now the bases are loaded here in the top of the order.
Now this is where you got to make the call. Do you continue to go with Valencia, or do you take the chance with a new pitcher to try to just get out of the inning?
Yeah, it's early in the game, so it looks like not even a visit to the mound by the Lopes coaching staff. They just let the players gather in the circle, and Kinsey Hill, the catcher, leading the meeting out there, and they've dispersed. Now top of the order, Cavasso struck out swinging on a 1-2 pitch to start the ball game. She's up there now with the bases loaded, 2 outs still.
Yeah, they're just letting Mariah know that, hey, we're behind you, we got you. Don't worry about it.
1-0 the count. A lot of pitches here for Valencia in this inning.
And she's getting a lot of pitches because she's just missing that outside corner. Every single time it seems like she just cannot paint it.
Yeah, that one looked pretty good too, and no call by Abernathy behind home plate. So behind the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch, slice foul, 2-1. Cavazos was 0 for 3 in the first ball game. Reached on a walk in the 6th, but was stranded down there at third base when the inning ended. Chance to do some damage here. 2-1 count with the bases loaded. 3-1.
Again, just missing that outside corner.
That's tough. Can't quite figure out where that outer part ends in the strike zone here. Got to make a pitch now, 3-1. Ooh, big rip at that one. Cavazos knew a good one was coming. Tried to put him up 4-0. Full count here.
But the runners they know that Mariah cannot hit the outside corner, so they're going to continue to take that inside pitch out.
Payoff pitch with the bases loaded. Swing and a miss. Struck her out on a pitch that might have been up and out of the zone. Second strikeout of the ball game for Cavazos. Third of the ball game for Mariah Valencia. Well, it was very exciting the last inning of the ball game earlier today. And right now, Valencia making it very exciting the first couple innings of this ball game here. We go to the bottom of the second. No score, and the Lopes coming up. Get the best gear to show off your Lopes pride. Go to lopeshops.gcu.edu. You can find everything GCU, from the newest apparel to the coolest accessories. Use promo code GCUTV20 and you get 20% off just for being a GCU TV viewer. Let's paint the Valley purple. Lopes up. Well, the runners sent, 6 to the plate now and had the bases loaded. Did it all with 2 outs, but they come up empty-handed. We'll see if that'll get the Lopes going here, as it will be 6, 7, and 8. Smith, and Olsen due up for GCU here in the second with no score.
If there's any definition of a jam, it's bases loaded with 2 outs. And Mariah is just showing how great her composure is. She's able to work behind in the count 3-1 to get out of that inning.
Yeah, after getting the first 2 outs, a strikeout and a grounded, it was single, wild pitch, hit batter, and then the strikeout.
Yeah.
So she worked herself into a jam and then got herself out of her own jam.
Probably not the best way she wants to get out of the inning, but it works.
Not the way you dial it up, I'm sure, in the dugout
No,
before
not
the
at all.
inning starts. But she got out of it, and good for her. And the Lopes now with a chance here in the bottom of the second to put the first runs on the board. Sierra Smith at the plate for GCU. The Smith sisters had a nice ball game in game 1. Sierra was 1 for 3 with a run scored, and Shea was 2 for 3 with the run scored. They really got things going for GCU in the second inning, and now they lead off the second inning here. See if they can do it again. Sierra hitting .331 with a homer and 15 RBI and 27 runs scored this season. Little chopper, going to be a foot race. The throw, not in time. Infield single. Leadoff runner aboard, just like the Lopes started the second inning of game 1.
And that's what's fantastic about this lineup is not only are they great hitters, but they've got incredible speed. You start off with Sierra Smith, and then right behind her is Shea, who's also got wheels.
The last time Sierra got the base hit to start the second inning, Shea tried to bunt her over, but the bunt was so good she legged it out for a base hit. See if they do it again. Runners are expecting it. The corners are in. Squares to bunt, but it's high and away.
Now to assume they're going to go right back with a slap bunt just to get the runners over, maybe make a little bit of a hesitation play at first and try to continue to get runners on.
Yeah, you can almost slap it right at the shortstop there because the shortstop heading over to cover second base. Yeah, she's squaring around late, but that pitch misses low and inside. Yeah, they check out with the umpire behind second base, really well over between second and first, so he didn't have a very good angle. And Dale Wilson says, nope, didn't go around, didn't offer at it. 2-0.
Great job by Shea there to pull it back. You know, you're running, you're trying to get the ball, the bat on ball, just like that.
Oh, tough bunt there. The third baseman. Ooh, just got her. The throwback behind, not in time as Smith was off of second base. Boy, that was a bang play at first, but the out is recorded.
Look, I may be a little biased, but I don't know about that play at first. That one was a little too close to call.
It'll go as a sac bunt. 5-4 on the putout, but yeah, that was really close. I thought she beat it just from my vantage point, but that'll bring up Lorianne Olsen with the runner second, 1 out.
But not to take away too much, it was a fantastic play by the shortstop to get that throw over.
Little chopper to short. Duran fires over in time. So the sag bunt gets the runner to second, but then a chopper by Olsen on the first pitch she sees, and now it's up to Jenna Coates to get a 2-out base knock to give the Lopes a run.
She's got speed at second there.
Yeah, she really does like the aggressiveness of the Lopes when they have runners in scoring position going after that first pitch, but you'd like to put a little bit better swing on the ball than that one. Ooh, pitch to Coates. Ooh. Inside for a strike.
Alrighty.
Well, we're still trying to figure things out here. So Coates down 0-1 in the count. 2 outs, runner at second, no score. We're in the bottom of the second here. Game 2, Lopes took the first one 5-4. In the air to right, breaking back, now coming in. Catch is made, and the inning is ended. Well, the leadoff single for the Lopes amounts to nothing. No runs on the 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. We've completed 2. No score here from GCU Softball Stadium. This is Lopes Softball on GCU TV.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Well, both teams with a couple of chances to score here. Bases loaded in the second for Bakersfield, and couldn't get any runs across. The Lopes had the leadoff runner board, advanced her to second, couldn't get any runs across. So we go to the third. No score here at GCU Softball Stadium, and it will be the 2, 3, and 4 hole hitters. I think we're going to get a pinch hitter here to lead off.
Now the trend last inning was to leave as many runners you can on base. So let's see what this inning does.
Yeah, so Flores, Josie Flores is going to come in and pitch hit for Amezcua. So Amezcua started, played the entire way in the first game, gives away to the pinch hitter, and just her second plate appearance. That one misses outside, ball 1.
And Flores is another one that's just not having the best season she wants. She's returned from an injury when she played against Kansas City. She injured her foot, and she's back. She's been out since March.
Hitting 275. That one up the middle, just under the glove. Boy, looked like Valencia had a beat on that one. Just couldn't get the glove down in time. We had one hot shot over the glove, that one under the glove, and a leadoff batter aboard for the runners. He's bounced it right up the middle, and that'll bring up Larios.
Well, I guess the pinch hitter worked.
Yeah, good call, right? Larios, a base hit single, and her first at-bat of this ball game. So the runners now applying the pressure early in this ball game. Gonna bunt, drops it down. Stevens only play at first base. Now they throw behind, almost an errant throw. Oh, and then they tag her out. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure what Flores was thinking. She dove in safely. Then she stood up for some reason, came off the bag, and by the time she reached back with her foot, the out was recorded. And now, Chrissy Buck-Ziegler having another spirited conversation, once again with Dale Wilson. She had it when Dale Wilson was a home plate umpire. Now she gets to have it when he's the third base umpire.
Fantastic job by Shea Smith to not give up on that overthrow. She was able to stay with it, wait for the mistake to happen and take advantage of it. And just like that, 2 outs.
Yeah, 3-4 on the first put up, then 4-6 on the next one. Double play. That's a crazy one right there. That brings up Hippa with nobody on. A first pitch, a strike. Boy, you watch enough softball or baseball, you see crazy things happen. But boy, that was just a throwback behind, exactly like Bakersfield tried to do to the Lopes. Runners back safely, but little chopper foul ball. Not sure what Flores was thinking because she dove back safely and then she just kind of stood up and maybe she thought the play was dead.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was very strange. Like you said, she tripped. She slid a little overthrow. She slid. She got out. You know, she bailed out with the overthrow, and then unfortunately just wasn't really paying attention where the base was.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think she stood up thinking she had her foot on the bag, and she did. Swing and a miss. And that is the 4th strikeout of the game for Mariah Valencia. And it is the second inning in a row where she has struck out the last batter she's faced. So the leadoff single, then the odd double play, and the strikeout. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third, no score, and Lopes coming up.
The Spring Dance Concert Ballet to Broadway is next weekend. The Ethington Dance Ensemble will perform dances that touch upon popular culture and the American musical tradition. There will be a performance on April 21st and April 22nd at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are available at gcu.edu/springdance. How do you feel about ballet, Michael?
Love ballet. Yeah. My daughter is in ballet, dances for Ballet Arizona, and so until my daughter started dancing, though, I had probably never seen a ballet in my life.
Well, here's your opportunity.
I've seen a bunch. Here's another one.
Another opportunity.
I really actually prefer ballets that my daughter is dancing in, but we might have to check this one out. We might have to check this one out. This sounds like a good one, too. GCU's got tons of great stuff going on. The dance company, just one of them.
I got a chance to go out and watch West Side Story.
How was it?
It was fantastic.
Good stuff?
Oh, very, very good.
Yeah, they put on the plays there. You know, I'm a graduate at GCU. Back in my day, I did about 14 performances over there at Ethington Theater with Mr. Claude Pincis, who now runs the whole program over there.
Fellow thespian.
But that was years ago. Okay. Years ago. We did not do West Side Story. We did some musicals, but never West Side Story. To the bottom of the third we go. No score here. Both teams have had opportunities, and both teams have made some weird plays out there and given up some opportunities. And it'll be the top of the order for GCU. Hill, Gomez, Gonzalez. Hill reached on a hit by pitch, but was stranded at second in the first inning. Summer Evans ready to go back to work. Boy, that ball really tailing in on Hill, but she fouls it back for strike one.
Well, here's GCU's opportunity to try to jump out and get a run on the board, as they've been really bailed out for the past 2 innings. They had bases loaded. They were able to get out of that jam. They had a runner on second, and they were able to get out of that jam. So maybe they can put a couple runs on the board and make it a little easier for Mariah.
Yeah, you got to watch out. That luck might not keep going that direction, huh? That one, ooh, chop foul. You know, I always say that's a weird angle, but we've seen so many foul balls. Maybe that's just the normal angle now. I don't know, but they might want to move that on deck circle if that's the typical angle from a right-handed batter.
And it is turf. You could just cut it out and move it somewhere else.
No balls and 2 strikes. Kinsey Hill. Left that one up, but Hill out in front of it. Kinsey hitting .307 on the year. 3 homers, 23 RBI. We need a home run here for the Lopes, not for the runners. We need somebody to blast one. This would be a good inning to do it.
Get something going.
Yeah. The 0-2. Pitch from Evans. Boy, she is just living inside, isn't she?
Well, she's going to continue to pump inside as the Lopes and the runners are crowding that plate as much as possible to take away the inside pitch, because they know that both pitchers, Evans and Valencia, are having a tough time painting that outside corner.
Tried to paint the outside corner there. You called it. 1-2 the count.
You know, I like being right.
We should mark that in the tape so we can print that off and send it back to the folks. The 1-2 up high, 2-2. Oh, we just got word. It's been marked. But bottom 3, not bottom 4. Scotty Mack, come on. The 2-2. And look at Hill. Boy, fouls off a couple inside and works it back to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
She's doing a great job of battling up there. And maybe she heard us. She wants to get something going too.
Good AB right here. Gonna work inside again. The 3-2. Ground ball right down to Hippa at third. Fires it over to first for the out.
You know, I got a game plan. Maybe the best thing to do is not hit it to Hippa, because she has just been an absolute wall over at third base.
Yeah, she's like a vacuum cleaner down there. We've had good third base play by both the third basemen in this ball game. Hippa for the runners and Smith for the Lopes. Laney Gomez at the plate. Gomez had that sac bunt attempt, but popped out to the pitcher her last time up. Inside, ball 1. Little flare and gets over the second baseman's head into shallow right field for a base knock.
And there you go, just like that, the Lopes have a runner on base. But here's the thing, can they bring her around for a run?
Well, Nikki Gonzalez, heart of the order coming up with Gonzalez and Stevens. Nikki flew out to center. Their first at bat in this ball game.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Definitely there's a chance. I like their chances here. And, you know, Gomez, 7 for 8 in stolen bases. She was on base a couple times in game 1. Didn't try to steal. Maybe they try to get something rolling here.
A hit and run wouldn't be a bad idea. There's only 1 out.
Chop foul. 0-1 the count to Nikki Gonzalez. Dominique Gonzalez, her given name. Designated player in this one. .326 batting average. 3 homers. 25 RBI.
Fingers crossed we see home run number 4 tonight.
Yeah, that'd be good. Evans having to tie the shoe there. Lopes dugout trying to get him going with the little chant going on down there. The 0-1. Ooh, high and tight. 1-1.
You know, I hate to say it, but the chanting in softball was the one thing I couldn't really get into.
Couldn't get around it?
No, I could never get around it.
You don't see that a lot in baseball. What you see in baseball is a lot of hollering at the other team until the ump tells you to knock it off. Ripped foul. And you see a lot of rally caps, variations of rally caps. You see a lot of, guys sitting in the exact same spot, those types. More superstitious.
Yeah, more of a physical
baseball.
sort of chanting as opposed to a vocal one.
Or like every once in a while you'll see the guys do the clap and cross their legs back and forth or something weird. But yeah, not like in softball with the cheering. The 1-2. Ground ball to third. Hippa, second for one. Back to first. They turn two. Well, they didn't hear you when you said don't hit it to the Hoover vacuum cleaner down there at third base. Chris Hippa turns a 5-4-3 double play, and the Lopes once again can do nothing with a runner down at first. No runs on one hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We've completed 3. No score here from GCU Softball Stadium. This is Lopes Softball on GCU TV.
Earning your RN to BSN degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. Finding your purpose takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience delivering our accredited RN to BSN program 100% online. Graduate in as few as 16 months, learning from full-time practicing nurse faculty in small classes. Integrate your education with your faith and Christian worldview.
Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
To the 4th we go. No score here. A very different ball game. By this time in game 1, it was a 5-0 GCU lead here. Zeros on the board, and Mariah Valencia back in the circle. Valencia got out of a bases loaded jam with a strikeout in the second, and then after a leadoff single got the kind of crazy double play where after the bunt was successful, moving the run over, the back pick basically from Camry Wortman down to Shea Smith got the second out, and then a strikeout. So faced the minimum in a different manner in the last inning, and she'll face Curry, Betancourt, and Marcy due up here in the 4th.
And unlike Taylor Nolan, Valencia can't really, not that she can't rely on her pitches, but just at least tonight, she's not having the best luck with pitching. And it's just been how fantastic the Lopes defense is to continue to bail her out of jams.
In there for a strike to Curry. And I think in game 1, we talked about the strike zone. The strike zone of Dale Wilson was really given that outside corner, and Nolan for the first 5 innings was able to paint that outside corner. Here it looks like it's the high strike on the inside corner. But as I say that, we get a pitch on the outside corner, 0-2. So just erase everything I said. We're still trying to figure it out.
We'll get it.
I said in game 1 to Alex, I said, I always try to figure out the umpires, and I never, ever am able to. I don't know why I keep doing it. The 0-2. A little too far outside, wouldn't chase it, 1-2.
Maybe we'll get to the point where you can predict the pitch before it even happens.
Yeah, I would go fastball inside right here, but
all right, let's see what she does.
Elevate it a little high, but a little over the hands maybe, a little higher. Let's see where Hill sets up. Nope, outside again. See? I'm going to give up. 2-2 the count.
Valencia continuing to try to pound that outside corner. But again, just having no luck, and the runners are taking advantage, crowding the plate, just like the Lopes are doing. Both pitchers struggling with that outside corner.
Fouled up.
Coach trying to make a play on that one.
Kinda. That was a very half-hearted attempt. That might be the definition of a half-hearted attempt down there at third. 2-2. I think she's getting ribbed by the dugout there a little bit. The 2-2. Now the one that time, that time she really tried. What would that be, E10, E11?
Yeah, EHC. It's been an error to the head coach.
EHC, we'll just call it EHC.
There you go.
The 2-2 once again. Shot foul, doesn't even try for that one. That was too far out of reach. Well, we're seeing the hitters not unable to adjust. Both pitchers really pitching inside, and the hitters just unable to keep those hands back and maybe try to inside out one or keep the barrel of the bat back a little bit. But it makes for a lot of pitches. I mean, all these foul offs and taxing each starting pitcher. The 2-2. Little flare, that's going to fall though. Another foul ball.
And right there you see why she keeps going inside. She wants it to happen. She wants it to get off the end of the bat, or to continue for her to drive one maybe to, maybe a little slow roller to third base, because the runners are going to continue to crowd the plate regardless.
Once again, the 2-2. There's your shot to third, off the glove of the shortstop. Ooh, almost knocked it past the left fielder. Great play out there in left field by Lorianne Olson to keep that ball in front of her. It was such a hot shot when it went off the glove of the shortstop, Shea Smith. It almost got past the left fielder, but a base hit single.
Great attempt by Smith on that one to just lay out and try to make a play on it, but unfortunately she gets it off the tip of her glove. But she's got Olson back there in the back grab, no issue.
Betancourt at the plate now. You got to imagine they're going to do a bunt here, try to move the runner into scoring position. And you got to imagine if it is a bunt, Curry's not going to take a big turn around second base. I'm sure the coach chatted him up about that a bit. Already scoring around the bunt, now pulling the bat back, now back. Ooh, nice bunt. Stevens has a play. It's at first. Low throw. And there is Curry standing on second after the sack bunt. So they move the runner over, one out, and that'll be Megan Marcy.
Well, Betancourt's average is still not maybe where she wants it to be. She did her job. She was able to move the runner into scoring position, and maybe the runners can make something happen that the Lopes just haven't gotten a chance to do.
Yeah, you're still looking for a base hit there for the season for Betancourt, but that makes the coach happy with you when you can get that sack bunt down, move the run over just like they asked.
And it was a fantastic bunt by Betancourt.
Yeah, very good. Megan Marcy, base hit single. Stranded at third with the bases loaded back in the second. Inside corner strike. So once again, man, the runners just applying pressure with the runners on base every inning. Runners in scoring position in the second, and now here once again in the fourth.
But the Lopes have also done a great job of bailing themselves out of those situations. We mentioned the bases loaded jam, and of course, just about an inning ago, the fiasco at second base. So we'll see if the Lopes can continue to do it, but their bats are just quiet right now.
Marcy in 217, no homers on the season, but 6 RBI. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Hill.
Now, Michael, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the Lopes have had a runner on third at all tonight.
The Lopes?
Yes.
Yeah, not in.
Not, at least not today, or in the second game.
Yeah, not in the second game. Yeah.
Yes.
Now Lopes haven't advanced anybody past second base. 2-1. Little squibber to short, deep in the hole, long throw in time. Nice play by Shea Smith. Boy, with the bags this tight, anytime a shortstop goes in the hole and is able to throw out the runner, that's a nice play.
Fantastic play by Shea Smith.
Got rid of it in a hurry, showed the gun, and Megan Stevens, good height over there at first base, so no chance that ball's going to go over her head. And so 2 outs. Sydney Curran was hit by a pitch in the second. Valencia trying to pitch around the leadoff base hit single. She's been pitching out of jams this entire game. Can she do it again up high?
And if you're a Lopes fan, you got to hope that she can. And of course, if you're on the other side, you got to hope that she doesn't.
If you're on the other side, it's frustrating because you're thinking, man, it's got to catch up to her at some point, right?
Yeah, you had bases loaded at one point and you couldn't do anything. Sort of reminds me of my Dodgers.
Outside corner for a strike. I'm waiting for the back pick from Kinsey Hill because the runner out there at second, Curry, is getting well off the bag, but Wortman a long ways away with the left-handed hitter up.
Well, second base hasn't really been the runner's best friend tonight, so that's a high possibility.
Hill wanted that one, 2-1 the count. So good hitters count here. Two outs, no score here in the fourth. Wow, that one looked further off the plate than the last one. 2-2. Well, it's tough on the batters, too, because you're just not sure where that outer part is.
Well, she's just kind of painting outside the lines for that one to get that strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Deuce is wild once again. Seems like every inning when Bakersfield's up. The pitch fouled off, and now we start the foul balls.
Curran, born in Hawaii.
2-2 once again. Off speed. 3-2. Why not? We go full count here with 2 outs. And runner at second in the fourth with no score. Pretty good sized gap out there in right center field.
If you get one right over second base, it might just be enough to get that run through.
It's a 3-2. Fouled off. Good pitch by Mariah Valencia and a good hack by Karan. Well, pitch count not nearly as important in softball as in baseball, but boy, they are making her throw a lot of pitches, not even through 4, through 3 2/3 here. The 3-2. Fouled off again.
Well, what's great about softball is you can run with a 3-girl rotation because the underarm throwing motion is just more natural for your arm. It's a lot less stress on your elbow, and that's why you don't really see, bullpen pitchers for softball or a 5-man rotation like baseball.
The 3-2. Again. Boy, that one might have been ball 4, but Karan didn't want to chance it and fouls it off.
Battling. If it's anything the runners do well, they battle.
Runners 1 and 6 in WAC play. Lopes 4 and 3. The 3-2. She walked her. Runners at first and second now. That'll bring up Kaylin Burt, the number 9 hole hitter. Well, too many freebies here. That's the first walk, but a couple hit batters in the game as well. So let's see now if for the 3rd inning in a row, Mariah Valencia can strike out the last batter she faces in said inning.
Well, she has gotten out of worse.
That's true. Burt was hit by a pitcher last time of take strike 1. One more base runner away from being the worst that she's had to get out of.
Exactly.
Burt hitting a $185 on the season, $186 actually.
But she does have a 402 OPS.
Missed outside 101.
And that has to do with a lot of walks.
Yeah.
So she does get on base, just not necessarily the way that she wants.
Speedy runner too.
Yes.
Has to be in a hurry on a ground ball in the infield. 1-1. Second time she's been hit by a pitch, and she's going to have to stay in the batter's box. We see this call more and more, and once again, the skipper for Bakersfield is going to come down and ask about that. They're saying she leaned into it, so they just go as ball. 2-1 the count. Not another hit by pitch. We see this a lot. I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, even if you lean in, if the ball's off the plate and over the batter's box. But she definitely did lean in. So the home plate umpire, young Daniel Abernathy, says, nope, just goes as the ball. 2 ball, 1 strike to count. And the base is not loaded.
Well, now she's got a minor bruise on her knee and another shot at bat.
Yeah, that was pretty flush, it sounded like. The
Yeah.
2-1. In there for a strike. That was a great frame of the pitch by Hill. She just caught that thing up above her head and just dropped that glove down in one motion, 2-2. That has become such a huge part of baseball at all levels, softball, that framing of the pitch.
Oh, yeah.
2-2 once again.
If you can do it well, you can turn an obvious ball into a strike and make innings shorter, make your pitch count much smaller when it comes to baseball, obviously, because that's much more important. But, a lot of catchers do it really well. Yasmani Grandal is a great example. And if you can master that, you're one of the best catchers.
Flare into left. It's going to fall off the glove of the left fielder Olsen. Gets past her. 1 run scores. Ooh, another run's going to score, but now the runner falls down. They got to play at the plate, but Smith didn't see it, and the run scores. Oh, my. Karan fell down, rounding third, got up, started to go back to third, but the batter runner, Burt was already there, but the third baseman's here. Smith didn't see it. Had her back to the play, and 2 runs come across to score.
I wish I could have yelled, throw it home, but then you'd be deaf.
Well, I think a lot of folks were yelling, but she just looking out the wrong direction.
It's a communication. It's a communication between home and third base and literally everyone on the field. That's the second time that the runners have slipped and fell. The first time they took advantage of it, and this time it unfortunately cost them a run.
Cavazzo's at the plate now with 2 runs in, a 2-0 lead for Bakersfield in the 4th. Fouled off. 1-1 to count to Cavazos. Well, we told you that Mariah Valencia had been kind of walking that tightrope, and this time it caught up to her. Ball wasn't hit hard, just got in there and really misplayed out there and left by Lorianne Olson. Coming in when she realized she wasn't going to get it. Probably should have held up, kept it in front of her. Only one run would have come in. The 1-1. That one to the left. That's slicing. That's a foul ball. Ooh.
Okay.
Wow. Well, he had a better view of it than I did, but that sure looked like you painted the line, didn't it?
I'm not going to argue it.
Yeah, we'll take it, man.
Lopes up.
1-2. Like I said, Dale Wilson was right on the line, but I do not think Casey Buck Ziegler is a big fan of his. He was a home plate umpire in game 1.
Feeling may not be too mutual.
Yeah. The 1-2. Cavazos takes it outside. 2-2.
Well, this is another jam that Valencia is going to have to work out of, and unfortunately, this one cost her a couple runs.
Well, going back to the first game, Bakersfield's now scored the last 6 runs unanswered by the Lopes. They'll have a chance here momentarily, but now another 3-2 count. And Valencia, as you mentioned, just having trouble painting those corners, trying to get out of jams. Burt down at third. Ground ball foul. Still waiting to see the official scoring on that one because it was a base hit single, I believe, with 1 RBI, but then misplayed out there and left. So I'd imagine it'll go base hit single to score a run into the air, allowed the next runner to come in and score in an air on the left fielder there. But haven't seen it officially put into the system yet. That one fouled off again, 3-2. And Bakers are doing a fantastic job of just fouling off anything even remotely close to the zone and staying alive.
And I don't blame Valencia, to be honest, for missing a few pitches outside. She's trying to get him to chase. As you know, we see they're not having the toughest time getting ticks or even a little bit on the bat on those outside pitches.
Another one fouled off. Well, just applying the pressure, making Valencia come back pitch after pitch after pitch and be around the dish. The 3-2 again. Oof. Wow.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, pitching change here. I believe it's going to be Aguilar Bocage going to come into the ball game, and Pearson making the switch. It's going to be Brianna Aguilar Bocage, the freshman from Tucson, Arizona, going to come in here with 2 outs in the 4th, but it was a base hit single for Burt that did score a run, and then the error by the left fielder E7 that allowed Curran to come in to score and allowed Burt to get to third. So after that walk, Aguilar Bocage is going to be the new pitcher. And, you know, Ann Pearson gave about as long of a leash as she possibly could, and it was time. So Bocage will come in and face Josie Flores as the first batter. You know, Aguilar Bocage was warming up in the pen, as it were, in game 1, but they gave the long leash to Taylor Nolan, and Nolan was able to get out of the jam. But not this time here. So Brianna Aguilar Bocage, a 2.68 ERA. This is her 21st appearance, and she has 9 of those out of the bullpen coming on in relief. In 81 innings, she's given up 100 hits, 40 runs, 31 earned, walked 18, and struck out 46, opposition hitting 300 against Brianna Aguilar Bocage. And needs to come in here and stem the flow here. 2 runs already on the board and runners at the corners for Josie Flores.
And you mentioned it, Michael. Coach Pearson giving her pitcher from the last game, Nolan, a long leash, giving Valencia as much as a leash. You know, especially Valencia getting out of 2 jams, the one being bases loaded, and the other one, of course, the fiasco at second base. But this time, not enough.
Yeah, tried to let her get that last out of the inning, and a miscue out in left didn't help her any. Little chopper foul. 1-1 the count to Flores. But at some point, the change needed to be made, and Coach Pearson made it. Flores had a base hit single, and then was that player that was cut down at second base on that bad play out there. 1-1. On the outside corner, 1-2. Could have used that call on the 3-2 pitch to Cavazos. Then Valencia would have gotten out of it.
She'd probably still be pitching.
That's right, 1-2. 2 outs, runners at the corner. 2 runs already across. Nope, runner goes. The throw goes into center field. A run comes across, and it's 3-0. Yeah, miscue there, a miscommunication. Wortman probably not supposed to cover that because of the left-handed batter, and Kinsey fired it down there, but the ball kind of sailed on her. That allows Burt to come in and score. Imagine he'll go E2 and 3-0 lead. 2-2 count to the batter. Cavasso's down a second. Strike 3. So Aguilar Bocage just decides she'll take care of it herself there. Gets a strikeout. It's a 5th strikeout of the ball game for Lopes pitchers. First for Aguilar Bocage, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. But 3 runs come across. 3-0 Bakersfield as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Well, folks, tomorrow night, the Antelope Gym hosts the MEVA postseason tournament. Lopes battle McKendree. That's tomorrow night at 6 p.m. You can watch the game live on YouTube at GCU TV. Some of the volleyball squad out here taking this game in. Michael Milstein, the general, out here. Cullen Mosier out here. Fletcher Like, who you hear on GCU TV, commentating quite a bit. Also, the manager of that volleyball squad here taking in the ball game. So they seem relaxed, don't they? They got a playoff game tomorrow night out here.
Yeah, just taking
cheering on the softball squad.
Exactly, just cheering on the softball team, supporting the school, getting ready for the tourney tomorrow. And I wish them nothing but the luck.
We'll have a softball game on tomorrow night as well as the men's volleyball game.
I don't know if you got a
check it out.
chance. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if you got a chance to go to the Ohio State game.
I did. I actually got to call that on GCU TV, both those games, the one in the arena and the one at the gym.
That one, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that is a good volleyball squad, Ohio State.
Very good volleyball squad.
They have so many guys on that team. They took 3 of the MEVA first team selections. Christy Blau, Nicholas Scherzer, and Miles Johnson on the first team. And then they took 2 of the second team. So Lopes able to get a couple second team and a couple honorable mentions. But yeah, if you haven't seen Ohio State play, boy, they are definitely the team to beat all the way this year in men's volleyball. Stevens, Wortman, and Smith do up. Lopes trail at 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th. First time they've been behind all day. First pitch, a strike.
Good off speed there by Evans. Looked a little high for me, but I'm not back there calling balls and strikes, so.
Stevens reached on a hit by pitch her first time up. That was off the elbow pad. Inside. 1-1. Lopes won game 1, 5-4. It's a big comeback in the 7th inning by Bakersfield. Put 4 on the board, but came up 1 short. They've already put 3 on the board here.
Maybe this is our game to come back from behind.
Hit her again. Boy, just really working inside. As we've mentioned against, the Lopes are working inside. Bakershill's working inside. That one just got away from her. So Stevens on board with the second time tonight, hit by the pitch. Leadoff runner aboard for the Lopes for the 3rd time in 4 innings, but they've just not been able to do anything with it.
And both teams understand that the pitchers have been struggling with that outside corner. I know we've said it a million times tonight, but they're working inside. They're crowding the plate, taking away that inside pitch to make sure they have to throw outside.
Pitch gets by the catcher. Stevens able to take second base, and that's a gift there. Wortman had showed bunt, but it pulled the bat back, and she was going to fire away, but that wild pitch. Ball 1 to Wortman, and Stevens now down in scoring position. So maybe the Lopes can apply some pressure here. Wortman hitting .348, 2 homers, 34 RBI. I'd take that homer that I requested a couple innings earlier right here. Not going to be picky. How about a line drive base hit? They're going to hold up Stevens. They tried to score in game 1, and she was thrown out of the plate. And Pearson does a nice job down that line at 3rd. Good play in right field, so they hold her up. That's Flores out there. Runners at the corners. Sierra Smith. Sierra Smith made that play out there defensively where she's kind of lost track of the runners, and a run came in to score. Chance to get a base hit here and put the Lopes on the board. She got a base hit single, an infield single back in the second inning, her only at bat in this ballgame. Going after the first pitch. Lopes very aggressive with runners in scoring position.
You know what, Michael, if you don't mind, I think I'm going to request a home run as well.
Yeah, this would be the tie ball game home run right here, that variety. Sierra hitting .356, 1 homer, 15 RBI. If she can turn on one here, the 0-1. How about a ground ball right side? Lopes are on the board. Wortman thought about going first to third, thinks better of it. Runners at first and second, station to station we go. 3-1. Sierra Smith, perfect 2 for 2 tonight. Almost the exact same spot that Wortman put her base hit, and now the Lopes got something going here. Nobody out and 2 on, and Shea Smith coming to the plate, and that's going to get a visit to the circle.
This is definitely the position the Lopes want to be in right now. No outs, runner on second and first. You got one of your fastest players up to plate right now, and I mean, we'll see what she can do with it. I'd love another liner right past second and first, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, they're pitching inside, and Lopes getting that barrel of the bat out there in front of the ball. This time letting the hands go, and a couple of base hits to right. You know, we've been wanting the home run. The home run here would give the Lopes the lead, but boy, just station to station, they've got good speed on the base paths with Wortman down there at second and Smith at first.
You know what? I'm requesting a home run for everybody.
You still want a home run?
I want it for everybody.
How about like I mean, what's more exciting, a 3-run homer here or a triple or something?
A triple, for sure.
Yeah, a triple and score 2.
Oh, yeah.
Well, inside the Parker's got to be most exciting,
that's pretty
right?
good, too. Literally anything would be nice right now.
We're not picky. We just want an extra base hit. First pitch, outside corner, first strike.
No, Michael, we're not picky at all. Requesting home runs, triples, anything.
But we don't care if it's to right, left, center.
Just put it in play.
Yeah.
Make this game a little more interesting.
Smith had a sac bunt last time up. Looks like she might be trying to bunt again. Has that speed if she can keep it away from the third baseman. You almost want to, if you're going to bunt, push that ball in between the third baseman and the pitcher, make the shortstop field it. Because Karan is busting it over to third. 1-1 count to Shea.
Ooh.
1-2.
Almost got that one down. Yeah, for sure in that scenario, when third base comes up to cover that bunt, you want to try to get her to kind of play the shortstop position, go a little bit more to her left, closer to the pitcher, gives your runner enough time to get to first and sort of slow down the throw to third.
These third basemen are fearless.
Oh, I know.
They already play in, and then you're charging the 1-2. Up high, 2-2.
What's more terrifying for me is third base plays up and they pull back the bunt and go back to a hit.
Yep, they'll try to slap one there.
Oh, yeah. But I guess that's why I never played softball, and for other reasons as well.
The 2-2. Little slow roller. And they go to third, safe. Boy, that was almost interference out there, but stayed right in the baseline. Ball didn't hit her. Aggressive play by Wortman, just getting over the top of that ball. And Karan really probably didn't have a play at first. I mean, with the speedy runner, took the only play she could. Bases loaded now for GCU, still with nobody out. A 3-1 Bakersfield lead in the fourth, but that lead is tenuous, to say the least.
Great position right now for the Lopes to tie the game or even just come in within 1 if they can. Still no outs, bases juiced. Let's see what they can do.
We're going to get a pinch hitter here. Pinch hitting for Lorianne Olson, Maddie Dowdle. Dowdle, the sophomore out of Tucson, Arizona.
Locally grown talent.
Yeah, Maddie getting the chance here. Dowdle in .297 on the year. No homers, 8 RBI. Sacks full. Bakersfield had the bases loaded in the second. Had nothing to show for it. Evans pitch. Strike on the inside corner. Well, Dowdle, no stranger to this situation. 37 at-bats. He had 9 starts already this year. So Ann Pearson very comfortable with her, rips it down the third base line to foul.
Just a little more to the right. And this game's just that much more interesting.
We are in the fourth, 3-1 lead for Bakersfield. Lopes threatening here with nobody out. Another one pulled foul. So no ball, 2 strike to count to Maddie Dowdle. Pinch hitter here. Inning started with Stevens being hit by a pitch. Went to second on a wild pitch, a single by Wortman, single by Smith, and a single by Smith.
Just the question is, what are they going to do about it? Bases loaded. Got to get a couple more runs on the board.
The 0-2. Up high, 1-2. Ground ball to third. Hippa's going to go home. Throws it low, but good play by the catcher over there, Larios. And you called it earlier, man. Don't hit the ball to third.
No.
Chris Hippa, she's got to be a Gold Glover down there. I mean, great play at third base on hot shots. Goes home, very confident, doesn't lose her cool, and just fires it home. And now it'll be Jenna Coates with bases loaded, but 1 out.
Even the positioning on Hippa when she grounded that ball, she could easily tag third and throw it home. Still had enough time. Make a double play out of that.
Cheering section going and ripped foul.
I'm fine with the cheering, I just don't understand it.
Coates flew out to right to end the second. Well, Lopes got out of a bases loaded jam in the second inning. Bakersfield trying to do it here. Oof. Boy, tough strike call in the inside corner and low.
You gotta hope as a Lopes fan that this isn't the time that the Bakersfield runners decide to get out of a bases loaded jam.
Smith at third, Smith at second, Dowdle at first. The 0-2 to Coates, up high, 1-2.
I like to assume that the little quarterback patch she's wearing just has a sticky note written in bold letters that says "throw strikes."
You think it's just like throw strikes, or maybe like, I mean, there's basically fastball, little change.
Maybe there's a
little
couple signs
slurve,
on
the
there,
1-2. Boy, that one would have hit her if she hadn't got that bat out there. Just launches it foul again. You could pretty much position yourself over the batting kids down there and just collect a lot of souvenirs.
Walk away with a softball or two.
The 1-2 to Coates. It'll flare, could be trouble. It's gonna fall. Boy, Curran with a great try at that one. The runners, a nice job. A run comes across, Smith scores. And boy, great job by Shea Smith out there at second. She had to wait, and then busted down to third. Everybody safe on the little Texas leaguer. 3-2, GCU within 1.
That's exactly what the Lopes want to do. Just try to get it away from Hippa over at third.
That's right.
And then just, move the runners over and score quickly and often.
Well, Curran made a great effort at that one. Only one that had a chance. Couldn't get it to go. On top of the order, Kinsey Hill. Bases loaded, 3-2 ball game, 1 out in the fourth. Oh, a blast. Is that it? Did she get it? Off the top of the wall. Throw into third in time. Boy, I thought that was a home run off the top of the wall, but it stayed in. And so it goes as a double, a couple of run score. And then Coates is thrown out going to third, and Ann Pearson's asking that very question.
Yeah, I'm also really confused on that because usually in the pros, if that hits the top of the wall, it's usually a home run.
Yeah, they have the white across the top there. In the pros, in the Major League, they got that orange stripe, and now they're all going to talk about it. And it depends on, I don't know.
I think that's
what
going
the
to be
rule is. I thought it hit the net and came back in possibly, but I don't know if we've got a better shot of that. But now they're talking about it. Boy, Bakersfield's going to be really upset if.
Yeah.
Either way, a couple runs came across on that. Coach was thrown out at third. They're to stick with the call
Okay.
on a double. So it's going to be a double by Kinsey Hill. A couple of runs come in to score. Let's see. So Smith and Dowdle come in to score. Coach is thrown out at third on a good defensive play by Bakersfield for the second out of the inning.
You know, we have the capabilities for replay, if they were curious.
Chopped foul for Laney Gomez.
Okay. We do. I was just informed we only have replay for baseball.
So we don't have the capability for
not
replay.
I'm still learning about this. It's my
Either
first
way,
time.
the Lopes are up in this ball game. Little shot right back to Evans. She fields it, throws out the runner, but the Lopes score 4 in the bottom of the fourth. Take a 4-3 lead. The 2-run double by Kinsey Hill gives the Lopes that advantage as we go to the fifth. This is Lope Softball on GCU TV.
I'm Dominique. I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high-quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. When they say find your purpose, they mean it.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
The Lopes send 8 to the plate in the bottom of the fourth, score 4 runs, and take a 4-3 lead as we go to the fifth. So just what you want to see, GCU making a comeback here after going back to the last inning of game 1 earlier today. 7 unanswered runs by Bakersfield. Lopes come back with 4 of their own. Lead game 2, 4-3, trying to get the sweep in the doubleheader here. And go to 5-3. Maddie Dowdle is going to stay in and play left field for Lorianne Olson. Dowdle came up as a pinch hitter, reached on a fielder's choice, came around to score the 4th run of the ball game. And now Brianna Aguilar-Bocage a chance to get herself a W out there.
Yeah, all it took for the Lopes was a few base hits, a couple runners, and a questionable home run call.
Yeah, we almost got our home run, didn't we?
Grand slam.
Yeah, I know. That would have been exciting. We weren't even asking for that. We didn't even ask for a home run that time.
We were being humble.
Joe Larios, Chris Hippa, Nicole Curry do up, the heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5. Aguilar-Bocage came in and got the final out of the 4th inning, a strikeout of Flores. In there for a strike. Larios, base hit single, her first time up in this ball game, and a ground out to first. Slap foul, 0-2. That ground out to first was the front end of that double play. It was a sack bunt attempt that I guess technically worked because the runner was safe at second, but then they threw back behind the runner, Flores, and got her too far off the bag. Actually didn't get her, but then she, for some reason, took her foot off the bag, thought she had it on there. Strike 3 on the outside corner, and Larios can't believe it. She's the catcher in the ball game, too, so she's probably saying, I haven't seen that strikeout, but back-to-back strikeouts for Aguilar-Bocage going back to ending of the 4th inning, and 1 down, Chris Hippa.
Well, none of us have seen a strikeout on the outside corner because both teams have been struggling painting the outside corner, but 2 inside pitches, and she's able to get her out. Ooh.
That one missed in roughly the same spot. Hippa fly out to left, and then a strikeout. Playing sparkling defense down at third. 2-0. Hippa hitting .266 on the season. 4 homers, 18 RBI. Two and 1. Hippo was 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts against Taylor Nolan in game 1. Little chopper. Wortman. Over to Stevens. 2 up, 2 down.
Great read by Wortman to just stay put, let that ball come to her and get the easy out at first.
Yeah, this is nice to see as if Aguilar Bocage can just mow through it and get a 1-2-3 here with Nicole Curry at the plate. But good to see because Mariah Valencia, it was a struggle through those 3 2/3 that she went here tonight. A lot of pitches thrown, and now Bocage just peppering the strike zone. Outside corner for a strike. Curry, a strikeout victim in the second. Singled and scored in the fourth.
I think out of everybody, Bocage is doing a fantastic job painting the outside corner.
Comes inside, misses low.
That's just going to be the trend of the night, is us talking about that outside corner. I'm going to make T-shirts. How does that sound?
Outside corner and home runs.
Yes.
4-3 Lopes. We're in the top of the fifth.
There it is.
Boy, that looks to be fairly well off the outside corner, but if you hit the glove, you're getting the call. It worked that way in the first game as well. And if you're a pitcher and you can paint it, why not? Swing and a miss, struck her out. So Aguilar Bocage has done what she needed to do. She's come in and retired 4 in a row, 3 by strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Lopes up 4-3.
If you're on campus, check out GCBC for locally sourced coffee, tea, and treats. That's the Grand Canyon Beverage Company located in the Student Union, Roadrunner Apartments, and Canyon 49. I'm not much of a coffee drinker myself. But
tea?
I'm a tea guy.
Yeah,
Black
they got
tea
good tea
and
over
lemonade.
there too. Oh, you like the Arnold Palmer?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a
Old
good
school like
combo.
the old school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Real good combo.
4-3 GCU in the bottom of the fifth. Michael Potter, Phil Catafamo here with you from GCU Softball Stadium. Lopes won game 1, 5-4. They were down 3-0, but scored 4 in the bottom of the fourth to take that 4-3 lead. For GCU, it'll be the heart of the order. Gonzalez, Stevens, and Wortman due up here in the fifth.
So close to having our home run call. So close.
Lopes looking for their 3rd in a row here. Maybe you'll get your home run.
I'm marking it down. I'm marking it as a home run.
Ball flies better at night here.
Yes. You got that very, very faint breeze, so maybe you're just getting...
Yeah, that flag over there behind the fans on the third base side. Starting to blow out a bit. It was blowing in earlier today. Could feel the breeze at our back here.
Yeah, it's coming forward, so they're going to get a little more carry on the ball, but I'm still going to mark it down as a home run.
You're thinking that was a home run there.
I think it hit off the top of the foam.
Yeah, and it's hard for us to see, but it sure looked like it kind of hit off the top of the foam, and the way it spun back, it almost like kicked back. But it kind of kicked up and back.
Yeah, like it caught
Almost
sort
like
of like the foam and the net at the same time.
That's what we're going with.
Home run, I'm calling it. Marking it down.
You know, the umpires, they got together and chatted about it, and really at that stage, all you can do if you're the umpires, you get together and say, did somebody see something differently, and nobody did, so tough to reverse the call. Line shot, base hit. Gonzalez just rips one over the shortstop Curran's head. Leadoff runner aboard again for GCU. They've had a leadoff runner aboard in every inning, but the third. Twice, the leadoff man was hit by a pitch. Twice, the leadoff batter got a base hit single.
What's great about this lineup is, you do have the meat of the order with the 3-4, but then you go 5, 6, 7, and you've got players down there who really are 1s and 2s. Down in the 5, 6, 7 order. And I love this lineup. I think it's fantastic.
Taylor Kay into pinch run for Nikki Gonzalez.
Get some speed on the backs. It's a good idea.
Well, we'll see what they do with Kay down there at first base. I mean, Megan Stevens was hit by a pitch in the first, was hit by a pitch and then scored a run in the fourth. And Megan Stevens has all kind of power. So we'll see if they want to get Kay running down there. If they ask Stevens to bunt, they do. And she kind of stabs at it and fouls it.
Having your power hitter bunt, very, very interesting tactic. Especially since we're trying to see we already had our home run.
You see it more and more with small ball. You can see it in college baseball some where your 4 or 5-0 hitters bunt. It is odd to see, though. It's not typically how you play the game. And after that pretty, I guess, fair to poor bunt attempt by Stevens, we'll see if they try it again. Although I have called some games where she's gotten to bunt down really well, so we'll see. It's a 1-1 count.
A very trying attempt.
Not bunting that time, and rips it foul, 1-2. A lot of times what you'll see in baseball and sometimes here in softball is they'll give you the hitter a chance. They'll say, hey, your first swing, you go for it. But if you don't get that one down, then I'm going to have you do a sack bunt on your second. That time they tried the first one with the sack bunt, and then
I'm just saying, if you have Barry Bonds up, you're not going to have a bunt.
1-2, fouls it back. Most coaches would argue that they don't have a Barry Bonds on their team.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying more as the power hitting aspect of it.
Well, you don't see the power hitter bunt that much in pro ball, that's for sure.
No, of course not. Unless, of course, you're Joe Madden.
Yeah, then you see whatever Joe
Yeah.
Madden wants to do, and he's a genius for it. Fouled off. 1-2. I don't know, you said you're a Dodger guy. Your new coach, he likes to do some funky stuff too.
Hey, Dave Roberts is a fantastic coach. He's not Joe Madden, but he's hovering around there somewhere. If we had a starting 5, when it comes to pitching, it'd be a really, really scary team.
4-3 Lopes with the lead. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Oh, a hot shot. Hippa goes to second. Not in time.
First time.
Yeah, first time she's made any type of mistake, but that one, boy, that was such a hot shot. Man, that'd have been a tough play ranging to her left. But either way, runners at first and second. Camry Wortman at the plate.
Second baseman, Camry.
Good opportunity for the Lopes to extend their lead a little bit and put this one out of reach for the runners.
Well, and that's where the decision by Ann Pearson came right into play, putting Taylor Kay in there as a runner. That, Hippa might have recovered in time to get Nikki Gonzalez down there at second, but not the speedy Taylor Kay. Wortman at the plate now.
Huge gap in left center.
Little bunt. The throw in time to get the speedy Camry Wortman, but goes as a sack bunt, and now a couple of runners in scoring position for the Smith twins.
Third baseman, Sierra Smith.
Sierra will get first crack at it, and she's 2 for 2. A couple of base hit singles and a run scored. Shea on deck. She's 1 for 1. Had a base hit single, a run scored, and a sack bunt. So the Twins are 3 for 3 in this one.
Just pop one right over shortstop.
High and away, ball 1. Well, good to see, continuing to apply that pressure once they broke through and got those runs in the 4th inning. Not content, and Aguilar Bocage doing her job, retiring the side in order after that 4th spot. Base hit for sure be 1. They'll be careful with Stevens out there at second base. 1-1. There it is, right there. You called it, and that's going to get in the gap all the way to the wall. Stevens will come around to score behind Kay. Easily, they're going to go for the triple, the throw.
Oh.
She's safe at third.
How about that?
Were they saying that she's blocking the bag? Was that what it was? It was an interesting call because he just held his arm out as if to say something was illegal about that. And once again, for probably about the 19th time, we're going to have a conference between Chrissy Buck-Ziegler and now the third base umpire in game 1, the home plate umpire, Dale Wilson. And yeah, he held out that arm as if to say that it was interference and not like blocking the bag before you had the ball. But boy, either way, though, it goes for GCU. So the triple clears the bases, scores a couple more, and it's 6-3 GCU. Sierra Smith now 3 for 3. A couple of runs batted in and a run scored. You called it, just over that shortstop's head into that gap, and Sierra was off to the races.
All right, now I'm going to try to predict the lottery numbers. Now, fantastic hit by Smith. And just like that, I mean, a 3-1 lead for the Lopes. Just get it right over the shortstop into that ginormous gap in left center.
Now Shea at the plate, ready to bring her sister home. Infield in a bit. They're always pinched in at the corners, as that one's a strike, but now you got Curran and Marcy in as well. Smith a sack bunt in the second. A single and scored a run in the fourth, the 0-1. Tried to check her swing and fouled it off. 0-2. Well, the first 3 innings, it was Mariah Valencia pitching out of jams, and they finally got to her in the fourth. Since the fourth, it's been Summer Evans having to pitch out of jams, and the Lopes have gotten to the board with 4 and now 2 here in this one. In the air, going to be deep enough, might be really deep, all the way back to the warning track. The sac fly is going to bring home Sierra Smith, and it's a 7-3 lead for GCU. So the Smith twins having a night. 3 singles between them, a triple, a sac fly, 3 RBI, and 3 runs scored. That'll bring up Maddie Dowdle with 2 outs.
And it all started with the error by Hippa.
Yeah, officially scored a fielder's choice on Hippa. But just off the glove on that hot smash by Stevens, and by the time she recovered, she threw to second, but not in time. Lopes have kept the pressure dialed up. Maddie Dowdle came in a pinch hit for Lorianne Olson in the fourth, reached under fielder's choice and came around to score the 4th run of the ball game. Jammed and chopped it foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, Bakersfield got to be unhappy with that call down at third base. They had Sierra Smith. Looked like they had her thrown out, but they called a defensive interference down there. Kept the inning going, and Smith came in to score. That one ripped down the line, but foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Maddie Dowdle.
There we go with that 2-2-2.
Boy, and the Lopes just so dormant. Those first 3 innings have just come alive here.
Very runner-esque of them to
That's
get runs
right.
late.
And to continue to tack them on.
Oh, yeah.
Little flare going back as Curran makes the grab and kind of tosses the ball up a little bit in disgust. 3 runs come across. The 2-run triple by Sierra Smith. And it's 7-3 GCU as we go to the 6th. This is Lope Softball on GCU TV.
There's an exciting new destination for food, fun, and relaxation in the heart of Phoenix. Come to GCU Hotel and Canyon 49 Grill, where our hospitality management students gain hands-on workplace experience and deliver unmatched service right alongside the staff. Enjoy beautiful amenities like the resort-style pool and full-service fitness center. From the gaming lawn and patio to the artisanal coffee and teas of GCBC, you'll never want to leave. Room rate $79 per night. Visit GCUHotel.com to book your visit today.
GCU leads at 7-3, 7 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, 4 left on base for the Lopes, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 5 left on for Bakersfield. Bakersfield got 3 in the 4th. The Lopes answered with 4 in the bottom of the inning and then tacked on 3 more in the bottom of the 5th. And great offensive production the last couple of innings, but boy, Brianna Aguilar-Bocage has come in and really righted the ship. Maria Valencia gutted through 3 2/3. But Brianna Aguilar-Bocage has just been mowing them down. 3 strikeouts, and she's retired 4 in a row. Got them 1-2-3 last inning after getting the last out of the 4th, and now she'll start with Bedencourt, Marcy, and Curran here in the 6th.
And the bats are finally backing up Bocage because, like you said, she's just been pitching phenomenal since she came in relief.
There's your outside corner once again. She was taking note there in the dugout, and she's got command here so far. They've yet to do anything against her. Again, same spot. And she looks to be in command like Taylor Nolan was those first 5 innings, where Taylor was just getting the ball. She could walk back behind, set herself, step on the plate there, and just fire.
Yeah, she's starting to get into that rhythm where she's going to be untouchable.
Tried to lengthen it out a bit there, extend the plate a bit, and Betancourt wouldn't chase it. Betancourt 0 for 1, a ground out to short, and then had the sac bunt in the 4th. The 1-2, swing and a miss, way late on that one. 4th strikeout in 5 batters for Brianna Aguilar-Bocage since coming in the 4th.
Now she's got the run support. All she needs to do is just continue to pitch well and hope that the bats can still stay alive.
Megan Marcy singled, was stranded at 3rd in the 2nd when the Lopes got out of that jam with the bases loaded, and then a ground out to short in the 4th. Tried the inside corner and missed.
It's got to be good, though, that you know that you've got a great bullpen pitcher in case you run into issues like we had early on.
2-0.
Come in, throw a good couple innings.
Well, we'll see what Coach Pearson does in the ball game tomorrow. I mean, ideally she wanted Mariah Valencia to get through this one and bring in Brianna Aguilar-Bocage to start that one, but you could bring back Taylor Nolan to start again, or Valencia. Basically, any of these pitchers could go tomorrow. 3-0 though, as we're got to stop praising Brianna Aguilar-Bocage. We're kind of speaking the opposite into existence here. Pitch to Marcy, the 3-0 in there for a strike. So she had been looking outside corner to Betancourt, has started working the inside corner here to Megan Marcy.
I'm afraid to say that was a good pitch because, you know, when we didn't say anything, she was throwing strikes.
The 3-1. Outside corner, 3-2. Boy, she is just hitting the target that Hill's putting up there.
I'm just going to nod my head when she does something really well.
Worked it back to a full count. A 1 hopper to Wortman.
Way to work from behind, 3-0 to get that out. Just fantastic pitching by Bocage.
Yeah, Brianna has retired now 6 in a row since coming in to the ball game. That'll bring up the shortstop, Sydney Curran. Curran was hit by a pitch in the 2nd and walked in the 4th. This is the first time through the lineup these hitters haven't seen Brianna Aguilar-Bocage yet. Missed outside. Her first batter she faced was Josie Flores, the number 2 hole hitter in this ball game. One and 1.
And if Bocage is doing anything well, she's paying the outside corner like everybody else. I'm going to keep saying it until it's not true.
Two and 1.
Just misses on that one.
The 2-1. 2-2. Boy, the freshman from Tucson, Brianna Aguilar-Bocage, has been huge for GCU all season, and just coming in, blowing it past the runners here in this one.
But she's a freshman, so they've got her for a while.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch shot through the left side for a base knock. First base hit of the ball game given up by Brianna Aguilar-Bocage. She'd retired the first 6 she faced. And Sydney Curran on base for the 3rd time in the ball game. That'll bring up Kaylin Burt. It's really been 8 and 9 that have been the trouble for GCU. Been on base every time they've been up. 5 times at the plate, 5 times they've reached base. In there for a strike. Burt was hit by a pitch and got a RBI single in the 4th.
Just keep nodding my head. I don't want to mess it up for him.
Don't jinx it, man.
I don't want to.
One and one. Lopes playing pretty much straight away, a little bit shading toward left in center field there. The 1-1. No ground ball, foul down the first baseline. Stevens gobbles it up, but in foul territory. 1-2. Kalen Burt. Well, that base hit ensures at the least 1, 2, and 3 will come up next inning in the 7th. Little foul ball. So it gets another at bat for Larios, the number 3 hole hitter at least. Brianna's pitch.
Ooh, they might have had her on that back pick.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Hill decided not to fire it down there. She's usually pretty aggressive back there behind the dish.
She did take advantage of second base before. She did have an overthrow, but she was aggressive throwing to second with a runner on third. So why not with nobody on?
2-2, fouled off, and that one gets in the Lopes dugout there. Kelsey Rodriguez, the pitching coach, ducking out of the way of that one.
Well, it seems like the ball wanted to go that way anyway, because it seems like everybody's hitting it over there.
And now Chrissy Buck-Ziegler giving the dugout a hard time. They were ribbing her about some foul balls that she got out of the way of. Now she's telling them, yeah, you see what I'm talking about. The 2-2. Outside, ooh, boy.
Come on.
I think she paused because she was thinking, do I go to first or second? Because she paused about the same time the runner who got off the bag, Curran, stopped. It's almost like, or maybe she didn't have a grip. I don't know, but yeah, you're right. She had a well off the bag. The 3-2. Right to Wortman, and that is the inning. So she pitches around the base hit single. She's retired 7 of the 8 that she has faced. Brianna Aguilar Bocage, that is. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. 7-3 GCU with the lead. Well, Lopes baseball is away at Chicago State this weekend, but be sure to catch their series against UTRGV next weekend at Brazil Stadium. That's the 21st through the 23rd. Lopes have more wins than any other WAC team, chasing New Mexico State for the top spot in the conference. They hope to continue that success. Watch their home games right here on GCU TV. Lopes softball squad, the 4-run lead here. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, Brianna Aguilar Bocage has come in and done a nice job in relief of Mariah Valencia. Summer Evans back out there in the circle for Bakersfield. Lopes have done it, 7 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors, and 4 left on. Bakersfield 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and 6 left on base. For the Lopes, 9-1-2. Looks like Jenna Coates, Kinsey Hill, and Lainey Gomez. And looks like Bianca Bowling is going to come in and pinch hit here for Jenna Coates. She has not been announced yet. She's got a bat in her hands, warming up over there. And it is going to be Bianca Bowling to pinch hit.
Well, why not give someone else another opportunity at a bat?
The 6th and pitch hitting for the Lopes.
You are up 4.
Number 8, Bianca
Only half inning left.
Bowling.
I know you're going to say they came back last time, but I think it's going to be different this time. I predicted 2 things right, so let's hope this is number 3.
Bowling getting 241 on the year. She has 3 homers, 19 RBI. Down the line, if it's fair, it's trouble. Slicing foul.
It looked good.
It did not.
Well, maybe just from my angle, it
Now
looked
you're
pretty
getting
good.
crazy on me over here. Now the night air, the desert night air is getting to you.
Desert
fouled off
dementia.
as you see the black pebbles in the turf out there spraying up. 0-1 to Bolin. Her first at bat of the series. Pops it to short. Curran on the infield dirt, makes the grab. 1 up, 1 down. Top of the order, Kinsey Hill. Hill hit by a pitch in the first, ground out the third in the third, and had a double that drove in a couple in the fourth. Still calling it a double, right?
Yes. Yes, we're still calling it a double.
Officially a double. Allegedly a double. Pops that one up. That's coming our way. Is it going to get over? I was looking for the bounce. I want one. I want a foul ball. It's such a tough angle to get one. I needed that to kick, though. That was about 5 rows in front of us.
Is that the first time it's come over the net?
That's the first time I can remember it coming over the net. Yeah, and Alex said he hasn't seen one over the net either. 0-1. I'm standing up because I think it might be coming back again. Ooh. That hit her on the back leg. No, just off the catcher. 1-1 now to Hill. Kinsey hitting .311 on the year. 3 homers, 25 RBI. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Lopes up 7-3. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Ripped down the line and foul.
Okay, now that one looked foul.
We've seen a lot of balls ripped foul. Hitters just not quite able to adjust and slow down enough to put those in fair territory. The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Jammed her again, and Pearson not even trying to field that one. Just skipping out of the way. And a fantastic softball player out at ASU. Played internationally. Had a phenomenal playing career, and Lopes were happy to get her over here to start the program 14 years ago. The 1-2. Count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes.
She's done a fantastic job here, though, building this program, winning the WAC in 2014. Hopefully we can win it this season. I think we're sitting at 3rd place right now.
Yep, saw the program start, saw the transition into Division I.
Oh, yeah. She's got this new beautiful stadium. Just continue to see this program grow and hopefully compete for a national championship at one point. Hopefully in the future.
2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here to Kinsey Hill. Skied into left. 2 down. That'll bring up Lainey Gomez.
I just want one. I just want 1 home run.
They're conspiring against you. If you didn't get that 1 from Hill,
I know we're leading.
Bases loaded.
I know we're winning, but just how exciting that is.
Oh, we've had a double, we've had a triple. It's pretty exciting now.
Yeah, I know.
Getting greedy on me now.
I know.
Ooh, went square around the bunt. That ball was up around the eyes, almost leaned right into it.
Well, thankfully, she's got that cage on her, right in front of her mask. So, the face is protected, but still getting dinked in the head with a ball is never fun.
Be a bit jarring. Gomez popped out to the pitcher. Her first time up, singled in the 3rd, and ground out to the pitcher in the 4th. That one into right field for a base knock. Hustles down to first just to make sure the first baseman doesn't get crazy, and Flores out there trying to throw her out. So a 2-out single, and Gomez on for the 2nd time the night. And now Nikki Gonzalez is going to re-enter the ball game. Come back up to hit. She got a base hit in the 5th and then gave way to the pinch runner Taylor Kay. Came around to score the 5th run of the ball game.
Hopefully she can do something here. Extend this lead a little bit more. Make it that much difficult for the possible 7th inning comeback.
Well, it's the top of the order, due up in the 7th. for the runners, Cavazos, Flores, and Larios. So they've got the folks coming up that they need, and we saw them put 4 on the board in the 7th inning a few hours ago.
That might be tough the way Aguilar's pitching right now.
Ground ball to third. Easy throw over by Hippa, and that is the inning. We go to the 7th. Lopes 3 outs away from taking both games of this doubleheader. 7-3 GCU. This is Lopes Softball on GCU TV.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Brianna Aguilar-Bocage came in with 2 outs in the 4th, retired 6 in a row, and she's retired 7 of the 8 she has faced. And the Lopes go to the 7th with a 7-3 lead. Chance to pitch herself into a W here, and she has pitched incredibly effectively. She'll go through the top of the order. Cavazos, Flores, and Larios trying to get win number 2 in the 3rd in a row for GCU. Lopes, after losing the first 2 in WAC play to Seattle, came back and won the 3rd, took 2 of 3 from UMKC, and looking to take the first 2 here from Bakersfield.
Like I said, they're just trying to close in on that lead that New Mexico State has right now in the WAC. And a win here would be fantastic. You get 2 out of 2 in the series.
And Pearson talking to the head coach here. And they're just going to put Jenna Coates re-enters into right field. She gave away to Bianca Bowling as a pinch hitter, so Coates back out there in right. And Ann Pearson having a chat with Chrissy Buck-Ziegler down there, right by the dugout.
Maybe they're discussing their game plan for catching foul balls.
They better keep their eyes open with the lefty. So Cavazos to lead things off, hitting .279 on the year now. No homers and 16 runs, 15 RBI. So 0 for 2 in this one. A couple of strikeouts and a walk.
Great
on the
pitch.
outside corner. 1-1.
So that pitch outside, could you say that it was painted?
We've said that too many times. The 1-1. You got to come up with a different term. I know that's the typical baseball term.
Yes. No, I agree.
1-2 count. Cavazos was the last batter that the starter for the Lopes, Mariah Valencia, faced. Valencia walked her and gave way. Chopper to short. Quick throw in the dirt, dug out by Megan Stevens. 2 outs away for GCU. Trying to get the victory in come from behind fashion here. I'll bring up Josie Flores. Flores came in as a pinch hitter in the 3rd and has stayed in. Got a base hit single and then was doubled off second base and then struck out swinging. She was the first batter that Aguilar-Bocage faced, and Brianna struck her out outside. 1-0. Try to slap it past Smith at 3rd and hit it foul. 1-1.
Runner's last-ditch effort to try to make something happen. If they can get anything to happen.
The 1-1. Ooh, that one slapped. That looked like it hit somebody down there, did it?
No, it was just barely
Was
got
it
over.
the padding?
Yeah, just barely got the padding.
Oh,
That's
man.
right.
That thing kind of dead coming off of there. Boy, and
It's dangerous over there.
Chrissy Buck-Ziegler doesn't seem to be too upset about the way this game's going. She's having a good time joking with the kids in the dugout down there. The 1-2. Outside 2 time. And I guess, what can you do? You know, team's playing the best they can. And
All right.
just coming up short. Have a good time down there at least.
Catch a couple foul balls.
And there you go.
Yeah.
The 2-2. Strike 3
Wow.
on the inside corner. 1 out away now. What a great game for Brianna Aguilar-Bocage coming on in relief, and she'll face Larius. And Larius, a strikeout victim the last time she faced Aguilar-Bocage. 5th strikeout, and she's now retired 9 of 10. The only blemish, a base hit single by Sydney Curran. Strike.
Yeah, Bocage is officially locked in.
Boy, I tell you, you might want to just see if we can just start game 3 here right now. Just keep going and keep Aguilar-Bocage in the circle, right?
Do you give her the start tomorrow?
You might. In the air to center. No, you don't now. Hitting continues. Game continues. Base hit single by Larius. That'll bring up Hippa. You're going to get a pinch runner now. Kara Wiseman's going to come in and pinch run. It's funny, as you saw, you might not have seen it, but Chrissy Buck Ziegler, the head coach, was kind of coaching there because after that base hit single, Larios just kind of ran straight down the line and didn't turn right into foul territory after touching the bag. Just kind of turned around to the left and started walking back. And she was going, get to the other side. Get to the other side. Get back, touch the bag. Let's not get anything crazy going on here for the last out.
Well, they've already had the fiasco at second base is what I'm calling it. And they had the trip over coming home. Thankfully, they did score the run that time, but yes, okay, that's what I thought.
So Wiseman, and now we're going to get a pinch hitter too. Selena Gonzalez, the senior out of California, going to come in and pinch hit for Hippa. Hippa was 0 for 3, so now they're going to try something new here. First pitch, missed outside, ball 1.
And you might as well try something new. You're down 4 runs with 2 outs.
Yeah, and Selena Gonzalez hitting .245, no homers and 4 RBI, but you took out the batter with 4 homers and 18 RBI, but she had been quiet, Hippa had, in there for a strike, 1-1. So really just trying to catch some lightning in a bottle here. Fouled back. Bakersfield down to their last strike.
Paint the outside corner, Bocage. Solidify the theme of the night, at least for me.
The 1-2. She tried. 2-2.
If I can't get my home run, that's all I want.
This is the true theme of the night. 2 balls, 2 strikes,
Oh, yeah.
2 outs. Deuce is wild once again, but the Lopes up 7-3. Little tapper, that was off of her foot. They never called it foul. They did. Okay, the first base umpire called it foul. I was going to say the home plate umpire didn't ever make a motion. It was fairly obviously the way it sounded off of the foot.
And if there's anybody who should know if it's foul or not, especially that close, it's the home plate umpire.
Yeah, he might have. I guess he must have not seen that. But Tyler Barf was down there at first base, quickly put his hands up. So a painful foul ball.
Yes.
And now Gonzalez back in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Just got a piece of it to stay alive.
She's up there battling. Down to their last out. Trying to make something happen.
Wiseman, the runner, first 2 outs. Lopes up by 4, 7-3. Use a couple crooked numbers in the 4th and 5th innings. Swing and a miss, struck her out. What a way to end it for Brianna Aguilar-Bocage. She comes in the 4th, strikes out 6, and retires 10 of the 12 batters that she faces to get the win. Brianna Aguilar-Bocage gets the win for GCU and pushes her record to 9-4. Bakersfield falls to 6-27, 1-7 in WAC play. The Lopes 30-14 overall, 5-3 in Western Athletic Conference play. And Phil, what a way to end this one. It didn't look good the first 2 or 3 innings, but the Lopes, the crooked number, 4 in the 4th and 3 in the 5th, and they cruise behind the great relief performance by Brianna Aguilar-Bocage and win this thing 7-3 and take the first 2 games of this series.
Exactly, through the pitching of Bocage and the ability to make sure to stray away from a runner's comeback in this game, gets the Lopes a nice win going into tomorrow.
Well, she didn't paint the outside corner for a called third strike, but she threw it outside and she chased it.
Yeah.
That'll do it for us here. For Phil Catafamo, I'm Michael Potter. We'll be back tomorrow for another game against CSU Bakersfield. That's 5 p.m. right here on GCU TV. Don't forget to follow Grand Canyon University on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. The Lopes win them both, 5-4 in Game 1, 7-3 in Game 2. Back for the series finale tomorrow at 5. Have a great night. Go Lopes.